Have you felt an urge to pull away from everyone lately, but couldn't explain why? What if that need to be alone is not isolation, it's guidance? The final week of May 2025 carries a rare energy shift that's quietly asking you to pause, reflect, and reset, and ignoring it could leave you spiritually scattered going into June. This isn't about escaping, it's about realigning. If you're feeling tired, overly emotional, or just off, you're not alone, and you're not imagining it. Something powerful is happening, and solitude is the key. Before we go further, take a deep breath and comment this affirmation. I honor my need for peace and clarity. If you feel this message already resonating with you, hit the subscribe button and stay connected with energy updates that truly matter. Waning Crescent Moon energy. The waning crescent moon marks the final phase of the lunar cycle. It's not a time for action, hustle, or starting something new. Instead, it's a sacred invitation to slow down, reflect, and let go. Spiritually, this moon phase is like the universe taking a deep breath before exhaling, clearing space for the next cycle. When you align yourself with this rhythm, you don't resist the natural flow, you flow with it. During the waning crescent, your energy levels may naturally dip. You might feel more tired, introverted, or even emotional. That's not a weakness. It's a sign your spirit is preparing to release what's been weighing you down. Old habits, unprocessed emotions, negative thought patterns. This is the perfect time to shed all of it. Think of it like clearing your emotional closet. If you want to welcome new energy, you must first make space. Just as the moon is about to disappear and be reborn as a new moon, you too are being asked to surrender the final layers of the past. This phase is also incredibly intuitive. In the quiet moments, your inner voice becomes clearer. You may find insights surfacing in dreams, meditations, or even in moments of stillness. That's why solitude is so important during this time. It amplifies your connection to your higher self. So instead of pushing through or forcing things to happen, use this phase to rest, reset, and realign. Trust that this pause isn't a delay, it's preparation. Just as the moon will return renewed, so will you. But only if you allow yourself to let go first. The waning crescent isn't about doing more, it's about being more through stillness and release. Why you must choose solitude now. In a world that constantly pushes us to stay connected, choosing solitude can feel uncomfortable, even unnatural. But during certain energetic windows, like the final week of May 2025, solitude isn't just helpful, it's necessary. The cosmic climate, influenced by the waning crescent moon, is calling you inward for a reason, to give you space to hear yourself clearly. When you're constantly surrounded by noise, people's opinions, digital distractions, external demands, you start to lose touch with your own inner guidance. Solitude strips away those layers. It's not about isolating out of pain or fear, it's about choosing stillness so you can realign with your truth. This week in particular, you may feel more sensitive, overstimulated, or emotionally drained. That's your spirit signaling that it needs rest and reset. By taking time alone, even if it's just 10 to 15 minutes of silence a day, you allow your nervous system to relax and your intuition to awaken. You begin to notice what you actually feel, want, and need, apart from the influence of others. Solitude also gives you the chance to process what's been happening in your life, whether it's a recent emotional shift, a spiritual awakening, or simply stress. Being alone helps you make sense of your inner world. It opens the door to clarity, healing, and personal insight. This week isn't about being antisocial. It's about being spiritually smart. It's about honoring the cycle that says, now is the time to turn inward. When you listen to that call, you gain clarity, peace, and power. So if life feels heavy or chaotic, consider this your divine invitation to step back, unplug, and reconnect with your soul. Sometimes, the loudest breakthroughs happen in the quietest moments. Spiritual significance of the final week of May 2025. The final week of May 2025 holds unique spiritual weight, not just because of the waning crescent moon, but because of the larger energetic context surrounding it. This isn't just another week on the calendar. It's the closing chapter of an intense, energetic cycle, preparing us for a deeper shift that begins in June. If you've been feeling an inner urge to pause, reflect, or even withdraw, it's not random. It's alignment. May has carried strong transformational energies, and this last week acts like a spiritual cooldown. It's a moment of integration. Everything you've learned, felt, and experienced over the past few weeks now needs to settle into your being. Without taking time to reflect and ground yourself, you risk carrying old energy into a new chapter that's meant to be fresh and expansive. Astrologically and energetically, this period often activates the subconscious. You might notice vivid dreams, emotional triggers, or recurring thoughts from your past. These are not distractions, they're messages. They're surfacing now so you can acknowledge them, understand their role in your growth, and finally let them go. This week is also a spiritual checkpoint. Think of it as standing between two doors, one closing and another waiting to open. But you can't walk through the next door while holding on to everything you've just been through. That's why this moment is so vital. It asks you to pause and choose consciously what you want to carry forward. By embracing this time with mindfulness and solitude, you create a clear path for renewal. Your energy becomes lighter, your mind gains clarity, your soul feels anchored. So rather than rushing through the end of May, lean into it. There's wisdom here, if you're willing to listen. Signs you're being called to isolate. Sometimes the universe whispers. Other times, it pushes. If you've been feeling unusually drained, emotionally sensitive, or distant from your usual routines, you're likely being called to isolate. Not as a punishment, but as preparation for a spiritual upgrade. These signs are gentle nudges urging you to step back and reconnect with your deeper self. One of the clearest signs is emotional overwhelm. If small things are suddenly triggering strong reactions, it means your energetic system is overloaded. You're absorbing too much from the outside world, and your spirit is signaling the need to release and recharge. Solitude allows that reset. Another sign is the strong desire to be alone, even if you're normally social. This isn't antisocial behavior. It's your soul craving silence. When your inner world becomes louder than the external, you naturally feel drawn away from distractions so you can hear what's truly going on inside. You might also notice a lack of interest in activities that once excited you. This is your intuition pulling you away from stimulation and redirecting your attention inward. Fatigue, a sudden urge to turn off your phone, vivid dreams, or even the feeling of time slowing down. These are all energetic cues, inviting you into a more reflective space. Choosing to honor these signs is a powerful act of self-awareness. When you listen, you allow the natural healing and recalibration your soul needs. Ignoring them often leads to burnout, emotional confusion, or feeling stuck. So if you're experiencing any of these signals, don't resist them. Embrace the pause. Step into solitude, not with fear, but with curiosity. What is your soul trying to tell you? Often the quiet you resist is the clarity you need most. Let solitude become your sanctuary, not your shadow. How to use this alone time. Wisely, solitude can feel unfamiliar, even uncomfortable if you're used to constant movement or external validation. But when embraced with intention, alone time becomes a sacred space for growth, clarity, and realignment. It's not about doing nothing, it's about doing the right things for your soul. Start by creating a peaceful environment. This doesn't require a retreat or dramatic change, just a quiet corner where you feel safe and undisturbed. Light a candle, play calming music, or sit by a window. The key is to shift the energy around you so your inner world feels supported. Journaling is one of the most powerful tools during this phase. Write freely about what you're feeling, what you're ready to release, and what you desire moving forward. Don't overthink it. Let your thoughts flow without judgment. You may be surprised at the insights that emerge when you put pen to paper. Meditation or breathwork can also deepen your connection to your inner self. Even just 5 minutes of mindful breathing can help ground your energy and bring clarity. If you're new to meditation, focus on your breath or try guided sessions that align with lunar or spiritual themes. You might also use this time to reflect on recent emotional shifts. What patterns are repeating? What relationships feel heavy? Solitude allows you to see these things without external noise clouding your judgment. Finally, set gentle intentions, not big goals, but quiet affirmations. I release what no longer serves me. I welcome clarity and peace. Whisper them, write them, repeat them. This time isn't about escaping the world, it's about returning to yourself. When you use solitude to tune in, rather than shut out, you unlock a powerful connection to your truth. And from that space, transformation naturally follows. No matter how quiet or still this week may feel, trust that something within you is healing and realigning. Choosing solitude right now is an act of courage, and clarity will follow. You're not alone on this path, you're simply being guided back to your truest self. Comment below, I choose stillness to hear my soul. And if you felt this message, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts with Cosmic Way.